another weeknight meal. So this one, it takes a little more time, a little more ingredients. The prep is a little longer. As far as the cook time, it's still, easier, but this one does take a little more time to make. But I think if you make this, you and your family are gonna absolutely love it. I know mine does. It's a beer bacon mac and cheese, and it smells incredible. If you haven't seen in my other videos where I say I can't taste anything that I make, I can't eat anything due to a medical condition. I take all my nutrition through IV. I'm in the middle of switching. One bag ended, so I'm in the middle of starting another bag. So, but I still remember how things taste. So I can still remember what mac and cheese tastes like, bacon and all of that. As far as the beer goes, I can't drink alcohol either, but I still remember the taste of it. So there you go. So put it all together. I remember. And the smell. I can remember smells and stuff like that. So anyways, so I think you are going to absolutely love this one. Like I said, it takes a little more effort, but I think it would be well worth it. So I'm going to go through the ingredients, the tools, and all of that. Like I said, it's a little more, but I think it'll be well worth it. I know my family absolutely loves it. So here we go. What we have is, now it is beer, bacon, mac and cheese. So beer, rule of thumb with the beer, like you see on the Cooking Network and every video and stuff like that. You want to drink it, use it. So this just happens to be my husband's. Now you can all tell from the color and the bottle, you know what it is. I don't know what the rules are for showing what it is, but you know. So half a cup of beer, okay? We're gonna start out with that. Bacon, it calls for thick cut bacon. So your favorite bacon, I suppose if you like Applewood smoked thick cut, whatever, thick cut bacon. We're going to use 12 ounces of bacon, okay? And then we're going to need 2 tablespoons of butter. And then we're going to use a quarter cup all-purpose flour. And then we're going to go with 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And we're going to use a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Smoked paprika just enhances the flavor. And oh my gosh, it smells like heaven. You can just smell the smokiness in it. Half a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to use a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. I use a little more because my family loves pepper, especially with their mac and cheese. And then we're going to use a half a cup of chicken broth. And I guess you could use any kind of broth that you like, but I use chicken broth. 2 cups of milk. And then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Now, we already had that discussion about how you pronounce it. I'm going to say Worcestershire sauce. So 8 ounces of elbow noodles. Got that. And then it calls for 8 ounces or 2 cups of cheese. I got a really, really big bag of cheese. This one has 8 cups in it, but I'm going to say this one has a little over 4 cups left. I'm going to go crazy with the cheese. And we'll see when I'm cooking it. I'm just going to use by eye, make it really cheesy. And it calls for optional chives to garnish on the top. Now my daughter loves chives, and my husband, he's okay with chives, so I'm just going to eyeball it. So I've taken the chives and I've finely chopped them, put them in there. I'm going to sprinkle it on top at the end. Just eyeball it, however your consistency. If you want, leave it out. It's up to you. You can use it, not use it, it's okay. So as far as the tools go, I have a large skillet because we're going to cook our bacon. And it says what we're going to do is we're going to cook the bacon, and when the bacon's cooked, then we're going to chop it up and we're going to sprinkle that in there. So I have over here a paper plate lined with paper towels, and I have my tongs to flip my bacon, of course, and then set it on the paper towel to drain the grease. And then when I can handle it, I'm going to chop it up. So I also have my little cutting board and my knife. So I have that. And also, when we're done cooking our bacon, when we're left with that heavenly grease, this is going to up this recipe, people. Don't drain all your grease, okay? Save one of your containers. I'm probably going to save the flour one because it's big enough. Keep this glass bowl. Get out your tablespoon measurement. Scoop out 2 tablespoons of the heavenly bacon grease. Put it in here, set it aside because we're going to save it. We're going to make a roux. Fancy word for cooked flour and heavenly butter and bacon grease. Yes. So that's what we're going to do. But we'll get to that step. Don't you worry. Okay. So when you're done cooking your bacon, save 2 tablespoons of that grease in your glass container because we're going to use that when we are making our roux. Okay? And then we're going to put in our cheese and all. But we'll get there. Don't you worry. I'm not rushing you. I'm not rushing myself. Get anxiety. Okay. So we'll get there. I'm going to set all this up. We're going to start first with cooking our bacon. Okay? All right. Let's do this. I just wanted to show you real quick too, while I've got my bacon started, I also have a pot over here with some water and salt going so I can start getting my pasta going too. And whenever you're boiling pasta or cooking pasta, it's always important to salt your water. And it's always said you want to season your water with salt so it's salty like the ocean. That's how I do it. That's what Giada says. So if Giada says it, it must be true. That's what I do. So I just wanted to tell you that I've got my pot going with water so I can get my pasta and my bacon going. And then we'll be back. The smell of bacon takes me back to Big Bear when we used to go camping. All right. You hear the sizzle? We'll be back. Okay. Okay, guys, we are back. Not even going to lie to you. So I was trying to prop you guys up so we could have a shot of the pan while we do the roux, and it fell, hit the milk, and the milk went everywhere. So I had to do some cleaning up. And I've got some milk on my shirt. But anywho, we're going to move on to the funness. So what we've done is we've cooked our bacon. We've crumbled it up. And you can crumble it up however you want. I've got some big pieces. I've got some small pieces. So you can do it however you want. Dice it up. And essentially we have our own bacon bits. You can go out and get your bacon bits and use those. But what we needed was our 2 tablespoons of that lovely bacon grease, which I had to use another container because obviously I was still in use of the flour. So, but when the milk poured out everywhere, it pushed bacon bits into the bacon grease. But that's okay. Moving on. Cooked the pasta, drained it, and kept the pasta into a dish. Kept some of the pasta water in there to keep it moist as we're cooking so it doesn't dry out. So, and I have the milk way over there because it's bad. Bad. Well, essentially, tablet's bad. Anyway, so next what we're going to do, I brought the temp up to medium, high, and wiped down, drained the rest of the bacon grease, wipe down the sides and in the inside so to prevent any kind of flare-ups. So we're going to start with our roux. What we're going to do is we are going to take our reserved bacon grease and we are going to put it back into the pan. Mine has the bacon bits in it, but that's okay. So we're going to place it all back into our pan. Every single drop of the 2 tablespoons of this heaven. Smells so good in here. Smells like the mountains. That's what bacon grease reminds me of. I don't know why. Bacon, bacon grease, anything with bacon. Reminds me of the mountains. Cabin, heaven. It's okay. And when we're whisking this, I like to use the silicone whisk. Obviously it doesn't scratch up the pan. So that's what I use. And I use my little tiny our spatula because we're using the small things and it scoops out everything. So we've got our bacon grease with our bacon bits in here. So we're gonna let that heat up. Move that pan around. I'm sorry you can't have the view that I wanted you to have. I'll have to work on that. So we're gonna let the bacon grease come up and we're gonna have all of our ingredients ready. And over here I have in a 13 by 9 all of the rest of the ingredients getting ready. And then I can set you up. Don't fall again. Thank you very much. So we've got that in there. Now we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of butter to the grease. That may or may not be soaked with a tiny bit of milk, but it's okay. Butter is milk. Plop that bad boy in there. Listen to that sizzle. Move that around. Let that melt. Combine. Push that aside. Let that come. And then after that, once that's melted, then we're going to add our flour. So then we're going to start our whisk. And then we're going to let our flour cook for 3 minutes because we want to cook out that flour taste. So I will come back after the 3 minutes once our flour is cooked, and then we'll move on to the next step, and I'll show you what the roux should look like. Okay, so my timer went off for the 3 minutes, and I will go ahead and show you what the roux looks like. It's gotten golden, and there's no lump. Well, the lumps that you see are the bits of bacon. No lumps of flour. It is cooked out, and we are now going to move on to the next step of our roux. If I can get that straight. So the next step is we are going to add in our milk, and we've whisked all the time, so that helps us not allow that to clump up. So we are going to go ahead and add our milk, whisking while we add. Dang milk. We're going to whisk it in slowly because of that. Stir so we don't get any clumps. Okay. So got all that in. And go ahead and whisk that. And we're going to whisk this for 2 minutes. Bring that to a light simmer, and we'll be right back. Okay, so it started to come to a light simmer. I just started seeing the first bubbles, so we're going to go ahead and add back in all of our bacon. Just sprinkle that all the way around. Get that out of there. Okay, so then we're going to add our Worcestershire sauce. All of that. And then we're going to add our cheese. Now it says to add a cup, like I said. So I'm going to measure out a cup. A heaping cup at that. Put that in, sprinkle that all over. And I think I'm going to go with another pinch. Yeah, I'm going to go with another pinch. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and add all of our other extras. We're going to add our pepper. And our garlic powder, our smoked paprika, our salt, our half a cup of beer, ooh, watch it bubble up in ooh and ah unnecessarily. We're going to give that a good whisk before we add our pasta to it, just to incorporate all of that heavenly goodness. Oh my gosh. You need to make this just to smell it, if not to eat it. Well, why would you make it and not eat it? Give that a good whisk. Oh my gosh, that beer. Oh. You can immediately, what I smell is the beer, the smoked paprika, and the cheese. And after I stir this really good, I'm going to show you the consistency and what it looks like. And that roux just helps to thicken it so amazing. Okay. I've got it pretty much incorporated. And we're going to add our chicken broth here. Got about that little doodad in the back, out of sight, out of mind. If you hear that lips licking in the background, that's our dog Bella. She's coming in the kitchen because she smells it. Don't blame you, dog. Don't blame you one bit. Okay, so I'm going to bring you over here and show you what it looks like. Sorry for the bumpy road. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So it's getting thick. You can see all the bacon bits. And the longer you let it sit, obviously the thicker it'll get. So at this point we're going to go ahead and add our pasta. No, might be a little dry like it is now. It's been sitting there for a little bit. Pasta overboard! No! So be careful because it'll make a little splash. Just hold it like that. We'll come get those stragglers in a second. I'm just going to break it so it doesn't splash too much. Go ahead and grab those guys. Put them in. Wipe my hands. Get in here and break that up. There we go. And mix all of this in. It's stuck in that whisk, so I'm going to move to a spatula. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So make sure all of those are coated. Stir that around, and you know what? This doesn't look like it has enough pepper for my family, so I am going ahead and put more pepper, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and put more pepper in here. I like so much pepper. And I feel that pepper is so underused these days too. So, Bella. I know it smells good, doesn't it? Go ahead and give that really good mix. Because then it needs to set and thicken. Oh my gosh, you guys. You need to make this. It just smells and looks amazing. Okay. So, after all the pasta is in there, it needs to simmer for 5 minutes, and then it'll thicken, obviously. And the pasta obviously will absorb the sauce and everything. And then for presentation and to serve it, I get a 9 by 13 casserole dish, and then I place it all in there, and then I just press it down, and that's where the chives come in. That's optional, obviously. I'll sprinkle the chives on top, make it look pretty, and then let it cool down for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll cut those squares out, and then that's how I'll serve it to my family. And I'll show you that too, and then we'll be back. All right. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you. I took it out and put it in the casserole dish, and that is what it looks like. You can tell how much it thickened up too. So, it looks really good. I will top it with the chives when the family gets home and serve it to them. And then I will dice it and you can hear how it tastes. I had time to change out of my milk. So in that time, I'll clean the floors. Alright, see you in a little bit. Alright, so it is not yet completely dinner time because Brittany just got home from school. So she's going to try a little bit. And then I think when it's dinner time, I'm going to sprinkle some more cheddar cheese on top of it and stick it under the broiler so it can get nice and bubbly. And then finish it with the chives on top. But as you can tell, it has set very nicely. It's beautiful. It's thickened where I cut the piece out. Beautiful. So, and this is Brittany's little part, and she sprinkled her chives over it, so it looks really pretty. And she's going to go ahead and taste it, and you know how it is.
It's so warm. It smells so good. Mm-hmm. Ooh, the noodles still have a good bite to them. And the bacon, you left it good and big.
Yes! Yes, I did.
It is good. And the beer, I love the tanginess. It doesn't have a beer flavor. Well, it kind of does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like an alcohol flavor. Like, it's so tangy, and it goes so well with the cheese and the bacon and everything. And it's so creamy. Like, it's like fall apart beautiful, and that is some good stuff.
And maybe the ting's coming from the Worcestershire sauce.
And it's salty too. Maybe that's from the bacon and
and
so
with
many different flavors.
And with the beer too, you will get the beer taste like she is tasting. So if you're worried about children, but obviously when you cook it, you cook out the alcohol, but you're still left with the beer essence, I guess you would say. So
It's just a really good flavor with the cheese.
And like, you know, when I was telling you when you're chopping up the bacon, leave some bigger bits so you get that.
Yeah. Do that.
So that was the beer bacon mac and cheese. Like I said, a little more effort, a little more time, a little more steps, but I think overall
It's delicious.
It's worth it.
It's so worth it.
So hopefully you guys give this a go, give it a try. I hope you love it. And also, I wanted to add, if there's anything that you guys want me to make or have any requests, please feel free to leave that in the comments. I will be more than happy to make anything that you guys want. I love trying new things. I love trying
new things.
Whether it be dessert, weeknight meal, or even something even harder than this. Because I do that too. Yeah, I was trying to make it a shorter video. I know this one's a little longer. But I am up to trying anything. It doesn't matter. If there's something that you want me to make, just request it and we will make it. We love doing new things. So, thank you guys again for watching. I hope you have a great day and we will see you soon.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.